Tuesday, 17th of March. Good morning from Europe. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Piotr here, this is Forex Global YouTube channel, and we are going to make metals update. So we are going to talk about the gold and not only about the gold. So what is all about with this current coronavirus situation, right? When we have huge negative sentiment, when we have risk off. So why gold is not going higher? That's the top question from the novice traders, right? Why gold as a safe haven is not going higher? Well, I think there are few. The most common explanation is that with this disaster we are working with right now, the simple explanation is that, whatever you have in profit, you have to take that profit to cover margin losses in other assets, right? And I fully agree with that. That's how it works when it comes to the institutions, right? The speed of the move to the downside was huge overall on the market, right? So I'm not quite surprised that traders taking profit and covering the margin calls on other assets. That's as I mentioned, that's the most common explanation. I have one more related to the overall coronavirus situation, and I've got one more based on the purely on the charts only. All right. So the first thing first, in my opinion, with this, if I'm going to call it coronavirus pandemic situation, probably I'm not gonna be wrong, or I'm not gonna be very far to be right, right? So with this pandemic situation, guys, well, hopefully everything is going to be alright. But in case something happens, do you think that someone is going to grab, 500 kilos of gold and will carry on this through the borders and stuff like this, right? Probably not. I know that the big guys, there are places, offshore places, where you can store your gold, right? No doubt about it. But I'm showing you the way of my thinking, right? We are here to share the views. So no one is going to carry 20 kilos, 100 kilos, 500 kilos gold. So it's not this type of the risk of where the gold's going to be the best safe haven asset, right? But that's my way of thinking. And again, it's only my opinion. I could be totally wrong. I'm gonna to get plenty of comments from you guys probably saying, "Whoa, no, you are wrong." All right. Anyway, that's my way of thinking. And the last one, as I mentioned, is the thing we have on the chart, and it's gonna be the best visible is here on the monthly chart. Also, not bad when it comes to the weekly chart. So let me explain you guys. First thing first, I strongly encourage you to watch educational videos I'm doing for Forex Global YouTube channel from time to time. You are going to find plenty of useful things over there, I'm pretty sure, right? And one of those are gonna be discussed here. So we have period of the consolidation, then we have this period of breakout, breakdown, right? So that's when the market is moving, depends on who is in charge, bulls or bears, right? And usually after the breakout or breakdown, it's good. I wouldn't say it's very calm. I wouldn't say it's always happening immediately, because it's not, but usually after the breakout or breakdown, the consolidation period should be tested, right? And many different schools, many different traders are going to tell you different things. Again, you have to take it as it is and then adopt to yourself, to whom you are, how you want to approach the market, right? So what I'm talking about here is the way of the retest of the consolidation, right? So after this huge move to the upside over here, right, we had this period of consolidation over here, right? And once we broke to the downside, all right, we never ever on this monthly chart, as you can see, after this break here, we never ever test this consolidation, right? And what happened is that as you can see, also the red dotted line in 2020, that's the yearly open as well, the bottom of that consolidation, right? So let me put the consolidation into play. But when the consolidation is so wide, right? So let's say you were thinking of selling around the yearly open, right? Those big consolidation, the bottom of consolidation. So you are exposed. That's your risk reward. So probably 3R is somewhere around 400, right? That's not the way you want to do this. So you are trying to, of course, either going to the lower time frame, trying to make your analysis on when it comes to the entry on the lower time frames. But the easiest way, guys, of course, we are not going to be always filled, is to take the half of that consolidation. And you know, I'm not a fan of Fibonacci, but for you to see what I'm talking about, I'm gonna to put this 50% Fibo, all right. So half of the consolidation, okay, like this. All right, and that's what happened. February, March, market was trying, right, to go inside of that consolidation, and we've been rejected. And okay, good explanation is that traders took the profit to cover margin calls or whatever. But anyway, based on the charts, it's first test and rejection. That's how it usually works, right? So how low from here can we go, right? So if we are going to go with that consolidation phases retests, so that's gonna bring us into that consolidation, all right? And guess what? On that monthly chart, once we broke through, right? Once we broke through, we never tested that consolidation, right? So inside that consolidation, right? Let's find the place where the market, let's define the zone where the market was fighting with very, very often, right? And guess what? It's not gonna be surprised that it's around 50% of that range, right? Look, I'm going to go outside of that consolidation. Here, very important level. Here, consolidation break to the upside, right? So it's around 50% of that zone, right? And the 50% of that is around 1,250. All right. So in that case, based on the higher time frame, we know where we are, where the huge supply is between 1,600, 1,720 on the monthly chart. So that's why it's that wide. And some kind of the demand should be visible around 1,250 when it comes to the gold. All right. So that's how I see gold from a higher time frame perspective. Let's switch lower to the weekly chart. All right. We are trying to fight around the yearly open, red dotted line, right? That's the latest demand which is being tested right now. All right. Here we went even deeper than 50%, as you can see, but look where we are trying to get the weekly close. And once we are going to break through that level, right? So that's the consolidation I've been talking about. oops, sorry, that's the consolidation I've been talking about, right? And guess what? That's the demand which helped us to have this break to the upside. And guess what? It's almost 50% of that consolidation. So that's how I see the things when it comes to the gold. So looking to sell from the intraday perspective. So that would be move lower to the daily chart, right? And in that case, that's the latest demand over here, right? So somewhere in around 1620, that could be some kind of the selling opportunity when it comes to the gold. As a time we are running a little bit out of the time, let's have a look what we have on the silver, right? Because it's another story from the bull's perspective, not that great, right? Because here we are trying to break out of the consolidation, to break down out of the consolidation actually from the monthly chart, right? So looks ugly here, all right, on the monthly chart, looks ugly, and still there is a possibility the lower levels may come into play, right? And from the monthly chart perspective, I'm going to watch close to 10, right? And of course, because of the current disaster, guys, you know, looks like market prediction here is that overall worldwide GDPs are going to go lower. There are going to be the problem, some kind of recession, right? And silver usually works better when there is a worldwide the condition is very good, right? Because then the production is going on and stuff like this. So here, watch out for 10 on silver, right? Based on the monthly chart. So let's have a look what we have from the weekly chart perspective. There is a good chance the supply is based around 1455. Based on what, Piotr? Based on the break over here, again levels where we've seen the most touches within that consolidation, all right? In that case, it's 1455 towards 15, all right? So here is the supply, 10 possible demand, we are 1270, so we are in the middle of the way to the downside. So I'm going to look for a rally, because probably at some point, right, market will stabilize, will try to make the stabilization for a second. We might see dead cat bounce, right, and that might be the eventually opportunity to try to sell it, right, the rallies if you are a bear on silver. So in that case, I like this combination of the yesterday open and Friday close, and that's around 15, right? That's around 15, 14, 55, 15. That's what I like here on silver. Guys, it was my pleasure to make the update for you. Don't be trapped. Look from the bigger, check the bigger perspective. Even if you are a day trader, you are going to find something for yourself. I'm pretty sure about it. Don't be trapped. Have a great rest of the day and see you around, guys. Thank you very much. Take care. Goodbye.